And you know what, we're going to keep things cheerful and whimsical with our chat today too. So let's get everyone in here. I want to know, this is just out of the blue, but it's fun. If you could pick one cartoon character as a friend, who would it be and why? And Jeanette, I'm going to start with you because I know you have an affinity for the ugly dolls and all things whimsy. So what do you think?
I have a number of them. A lot of them live with me, but I'm gonna go with my tried and true best friend since I was 3 years old, and that's Snoopy, because he's the coolest. Whether he's just being Joe Cool or Snoopy, I mean, he races cars, he flies planes, he dances, he loves jazz music, he loves Italian food, he travels, he's good looking. I mean, he really is the perfect best friend.
How could I have not thought of Snoopy? He's like an all-around Renaissance man. You're absolutely right. Dave Lackey, I know we just talked about the very cute beauty products, the cats and the dogs, but if you had a cartoon best friend, who would be your cartoon best friend?
Well, you know, Tracy, after the year we've had, I think I'd have to go with Scaredy Squirrel. So Scaredy Squirrel, you know, lives in his nut tree and is too afraid to leave the nut tree because the world's a scary place. You know, he's afraid of green Martians, polka dot monsters, unicorns, killer bees, you know, it covers it all. So, you know, I think I'd want to hang out with Scaredy Squirrel.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Randy, if you had a cartoon best friend, who would it be?
I used to love the Flintstones growing up, and Fred and Barney, I mean, they were the best, right? However, every time they got themselves into trouble, they called for somebody, and it was their best friend, and I would want that person to be my best friend, and it went like this: Gazoo, the great Gazoo! And do you remember the Green Martian would come down, and he'd be like, what did you thunks get yourself into? Watch this, bing, bong, boom, little magical trick, and it's all solved. That's the kind of best friend everyone needs. Every time you get into trouble, he gets you out.
Yeah, he's a good friend. He's like a little genie, but from outer space. It's perfect. Okay, Stacy, who would be your cartoon best friend?
I'm going to go with Scooby-Doo because you know how much I love dogs, and I also think Scooby comes with Shaggy, and I think they would be a fun duo to hang out with. Same thing, they like adventure, they love food. Those are both things that I love. So, you know, with all the other choices taken, I'm going with Scooby and Shaggy.
And think about all the mysteries you would solve, Stace. Thank you, everyone, for taking that serious question so seriously. We're going to